अष्टोत्तर शिष्य with His Divine Grace भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। भगवत गीता की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Are
So,
you able to share the screen?
Mataji, can you please do it?
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing the screen. So we'll recite today's verses from Canto 3rd, Chapter 4, verse number 13. So we'll recite the verse and then we'll continue. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Puramaya Proktam Ajayanabhe Padme Nishannaya Mamadi Sarge Jnanam Paraman Mahimavabhasham Yat Surayo Bhagavatam Vadanti Puramaya Proktam Ajayanabhe Padme Nishannaya Mamadi Sarge Jnanam Paraman Mahimavabhasam Yat Surayo Bhagavatam Vadanti Puramaya Proktam Ajayanabhe Padme Nishannaya Mamadi Sarge Jnanam Paraman Mahimavabhasam Yat Surayo Bhagavatam Vadanti. Hare Krishna. If any devotees would like to recite, please. Hare Krishna.
Puramaya Proktam Ajayanabhye Padme Nishannaya Mamadi Sarge Jnanam Paraman Mahimavabhasam Yatsurayo Bhagavatam Vadanti.
Thank you, Prabhu.
पुरा मया प्रोक्तम् अजया पुरा मया प्रोक्तम् अजाय नाभ्ये पद्मे निषन्नाय ममादिसर्गे ज्ञानं परं महिमावभासं यत्सूरयो भागवतं वदन्ति. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Pura maya proktam ajaya nabhaye padme nishannaya mamadi sharge jnanam paramam mahima bhasham yat shuriyo bhagavatam bhadanti. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
पुरामया प्रोक्तम् अजायनाभि पद्मे निशन्याय ममादिसर्गे ज्ञानं परमं महिमावभासं यत् सूर्यो भागवतं वदन्ति. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Puramaya praktam ajaya nabhaye padme nishanaya mamadi sarge jnanam paraman mahimavapasam yat suryayo bhagavatam vadanti. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we'll move to synonyms. Mataji, can you move? Yeah, screen. Yeah, thank you. Synonyms. Pura, in the days of yore, Maya, by me, Proktam, was said, Ajaya, unto Brahma, Nabhaye, out of the navel, Padme, on the lotus, Nishannaya, unto the one situated on, Mama, my, Adi Sarge, in the beginning of creation, Jnanam, knowledge, Param, sublime, Mat Mahima, my transcendental glories, Avabhasam, that which clarifies, Yat, which, Surayah, the great learned sages, Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vadanti, do say, translation. O Uddhava, in the lotus millennium, in the days of yore, at the beginning of the creation, I spoke unto Brahma, who is situated on the lotus that grows out of my navel, about my transcendental glories, which the great sages describe as Srimad Bhagavatam. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. The explanation of the Supreme Self as given to Brahma and already explained in the second canto of this great literature is further clarified herein. The Lord said that the concise form of Srimad Bhagavatam as explained to Brahma was meant to elucidate his personality. The impersonal explanation of those 4 verses in the second canto is nullified herewith. Sridhar Swami also explains in this connection that the same concise form of the Bhagavatam concerned the pastimes of Lord Krishna and was never meant for impersonal indulgence. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namaum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, thanks to all devotees for joining this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class on this very special day. Today is Ekadashi, so I want to say happy Ekadashi to all of you. And Ekadashi, as you all know, is very dear to Krishna. And Ekadashi is also called Madhav Tithi. In one of the song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Madhav Tithi Bhakti Janani. So this Ekadashi is mother of devotion. Mother of devotion. So by observing Ekadashi and not only just fasting from beans and grains, but chanting holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, associating with devotees is very important on this day. And with this Zoom platform, we are getting this opportunity of getting devotees association on Ekadashi in the month of Kartik, which is very soon going to end. So we are getting this association on the Ekadashi day in the month of Kartik. Is very rare actually. It's not very common. It's very rare. We are very fortunate. We all are very fortunate we are together here in this call, and we'll be reading and relishing Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada, in the purport of first canto, in first canto of Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada, in the third chapter, 43rd verse, Srila Prabhupada writes that how Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita are like torch bearers for the blind people of this age. So the Kali Yuga people in this age, like we are all in this age of Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, we are like blind people, ignorant people. And this Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita are like torch bearers, which will give us light, how we should lead this life, how we should live here, and how we can go back to Godhead. And Bhagavad Gita is a preliminary study, and Bhagavatam is a postgraduate study. And Bhagavatam is non-different from Lord Krishna himself. There is no difference between Bhagavatam and Lord Krishna. That's why Bhagavatam is also called Grantha Avatar. Krishna has various avatars. And Srimad Bhagavatam is also one of the avatar of Krishna, and it's called Grantha Avatar. And very beautifully, we are progressing in Srimad Bhagavatam, starting from first canto, going towards 10th canto, which represents the lotus face of Krishna. So it's a very beautiful journey that we are all doing together. And I want to seek blessing from all the assembled Vaishnavas here and Vaishnavis. So please bless me so that I can repeat whatever I heard and read from scriptures and read from my seniors and Srila Prabhupada and my spiritual master. And if there are any shortcomings, that are completely my fault. So please forgive me for that. So with that, we'll start moving into today's verse. So today's verse is actually, we see Lord Krishna is speaking to Uddhav. And behind the scene, we have seen from canto, from the beginning of this canto, the conversation between Vidura and Uddhava. How Vidura left King Hastinapur and come and on the pilgrimage and met Uddhava, and he asked about Krishna, and Uddhava very slowly he started giving all details, the pastimes in Vrindavan, pastimes in Mathura, then pastimes in Dwarka. And then we read about how Krishna himself planned the annihilation of Yadu dynasty. And all the Yadus, they fought together and they left. And that was not just a normal fight which we see in this material world. This was all arranged by the internal potency of Krishna. And the Acharyas, the Jiva Goswami says, it is like a magical performance. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes that. So that happened. And after that, we saw how Uddhav is present in front of Krishna. Uddhav reached there where Krishna is sitting in Prabhashret under a banyan tree, banyan tree is behind him, and he's sitting under the tree. And Uddhava, although he was instructed by Krishna to go to Badrika ashram, but there are reasons mentioned which we already covered, so I don't want to go there. He came here searching for Krishna, and he has now the personal association of Krishna, which is not very easy to achieve. We read in yesterday's verse and day before yesterday's verse that how the plenary portion of Uddhava was one of the Vasus, and he desired at that time the association of Lord. So desiring, what we desire is very important. We learned in that verse. So we have to be very careful what we desire. Whatever is coming in our mind, we are desiring, we might see, okay, people don't know, but Krishna sitting in our heart is seeing each and every single desire of ours. What we are thinking, what we are desiring. So we should be very careful what we desire, yeah, because maybe not in this lifetime, but Krishna will definitely fulfill it. And there are various examples in scriptures about that. So Uddhava's desire was there when his plenary portion was Vasu, that he wanted the association of the Lord. And Krishna told him that you are, because of that desire, you are in front of me. And this is your last life here, you are here last. And after this lifetime, you will go back to Vaikuntha. Yesterday we discussed that very nicely. It was discussed by Pranath Prabhu that how Lord Krishna is telling Uddhava that after this lifetime, you're going back to Vaikuntha. Why? Because of your unflinching devotion to me. And Bhagavad Gita 18, Bhagavad Gita, like chapter 18, verse was mentioned, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. Only by devotional service we can understand Krishna and we can reach the abode of Krishna. So Krishna told Uddhav that you will be you will be going to Vaikuntha after this lifetime because of your unflinching devotion. And today's verse which we read, Krishna is telling Uddhava about the knowledge which he gave to Brahmaji. When in the beginning of the creation, in the translation of the today's verse, it's written, O Uddhava, in the lotus millennium, in the days of yore, at the beginning of creation, I spoke unto Brahma. So, Lord Krishna is very soon going to wind up his pastimes and go to his abode. He will be going to his abode. So, approximately, as I've read in the Bhagavatam, that Krishna's age at that time is around 125 years, 125 years. And Krishna is telling about when the creation started, in the beginning of the creation, I revealed some knowledge to Lord Brahma. So for us to even think about yesterday morning at 8 o'clock, what I was doing, or day before yesterday, or even yesterday evening at 6 o'clock, what I was doing, for me, it's very hard to remember. Being a conditioned soul, I can't remember even yesterday's thing. But Krishna knows past, present, and future, everything. Whatever has happened in the past, whatever is happening, definitely. And in the future, whatever is going to happen, Krishna knows everything. And there are various pastimes which shows that how he knows everything, past, present, and future. So in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna tells Arjuna, when he starts speaking Bhagavad Gita in the beginning of the 4th chapter, he told Arjuna that I spoke this science first to sun god. And Arjuna was surprised. Oh, you are standing in front of me and you're not that old that you spoke long, long, long ago to sun god this science. So Arjuna got confused with that. And that time Krishna told him, I remember everything and you don't know anything. So we see Krishna is not an ordinary personality. There is various pastime which shows that how Krishna remembers everything. So here we see Krishna is telling Uddhava that I told knowledge to Brahma in the beginning of creation in the lotus millennium. In the lotus millennium. So there are some terms like lotus millennium. So we'll go into those terms today while discussing this verse. So what is lotus millennium? Yeah. So lotus millennium is also called Padma Kalpa. And these terms are very in detail discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 10, verse number 46. Padma Kalpa. So we see when there is a creation, Krishna doesn't personally involve in those activities. His expansions, like we see, the first expansion, like 3 Vishnus are there, and the first is Mahavishnu or Karnodakshay Vishnu. Karnodakshay Vishnu. And from the breathing of Mahavishnu, the innumerable universes are coming. And the elements of creation, 16 elementary elements, they all come in this part. So this creation which happens when Mahavishnu does is called Mahakalpa. in this Mahakalpa, the Lord assumes the first Purusha incarnation, which is called Karnodakshay Vishnu. And the elements of creation like the Pancha Mahabhut, sense objects, senses, and all those things, they are created by the Lord. So this is the first, and it is called Mahakalpa. So three kinds of creation are there. So this is the first Mahakalpa, which is when the Lord assumes the first Purusha avatar called Mahavishnu or Karnodakshay Vishnu. So the innumerable universes are coming out from the breathing of Mahavishnu, and Lord he himself expands into Garbhodakshay Vishnu and goes into each and every universe. So many universes comes out, and Lord himself now expand from Karnodakshay Vishnu to Garbhodakshay to Vishnu and goes into each and every universe and fills half of that universe with his perspiration and lies down in it. And that time, from the navel of Lord Garbhodakshay Vishnu, stem comes. There is a stem which comes, and on the top of the stem there is a lotus. There is a lotus flower, and on lotus, who is sitting? Lord Brahma. So this creation of Lord Brahma and dispersion of all the material elements which are created before is the second type of creation, which is called Vikalpa. So first we did was Mahakalpa, and the second one is Vikalpa, when Lord Brahma is created and all the material elements are dispersed. And where Lord Brahma is sitting? On the top of the lotus flower. And Lord Brahma, when he is created like that, we see in the verse, there is a name of Lord Brahma mentioned here, Ajaya Nabhe. So one of the Lord's, Brahmaji's name is Ajaya, who doesn't take birth like how we take, like from mother and father. But Lord Brahma doesn't take birth like that. He is called Ajaya. And Nabhe, from the navel he appeared, from the navel of Lord Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he comes. So when the Brahmaji comes, he doesn't know from where he came because there is nobody. He's the first living entity. He doesn't know from where he came. And he's searching for his source. From where I came, he searching, but he couldn't find anything. And finally, he went back to his seat and sat there, and he was thinking. And at that time, he heard two words, tapa and tapa, which means austerity. And at that time, Lord Brahma did austerity for 1,000 celestial years, the years of demigods. We're going to discuss that also, how our time calculation and the calculation in upper planetary system is very different. So he did austerity for 1,000 celestial years, and Lord appeared to him before him, and Lord gave him the darshan of Vaikuntha and showed his personal form. So when I was saying the time, so difference I'm going to that part now. I hope I'm not confusing, but I'm going to that part, that how the time differs in upper planetary systems. So here we have one day, our one day is 24 hours. So as we go up in Swargaloka, heavenly planets, their one day is our 6 months, and same is the night. So their full one day, like day and night, is our 1 year. And as we go up Mahar, Janas, Tapas, and Satyaloka, the time period, it changes. And in Satyaloka, how is the time period? The Brahma's Loka, where Lord Brahma resides. Lord Brahma's one day is 1,000 times our 4 yuga cycles. So we have 4 yugas, Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. This is 1 yuga cycle. And when we multiply it by 1,000, that is the 1 day of Brahma. Very hard to conceive. We can't even imagine, like 1,000 times 4 yuga cycles. And which I was just looking, And according to earthly calculation, it's around 300 trillion and 40 million earthly years. And that is just the one day. But very hard for us to even imagine that day, because we are just in this 24 hours a day concept. So this is the one day of Brahma. And Brahma appears from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and that is his first day. And this first day of Brahma, and all the days, like after that more days will come. So creation by Brahma each day of his life is called Kalpa. So Mahakalpa was by Mahavishnu, when Mahavishnu came. Then Brahmaji's creation is Vikalpa, and creation by Brahma is called Kalpa. So first day of Brahma, when he appeared, when he came from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, is called Padma Kalpa. So all these kalpas, all the days of Brahma has names which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter number 10. If anyone wants to see, they can see. First is Shweta Kalpa, Nilarohita, Vamana Deva. So there are 30 days in Brahmaji's month. So each day has a name. And the first day when Lord Brahma appeared is called Shweta Kalpa or Padma Kalpa. This is the first day of Brahma. And creation by Brahma in each day of his life is called Kalpa. So each day is called Kalpa, and different days have different names. Like we have 7 days in a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So all has names. And then when the week is over, again Monday will come. It will keep on repeating. Same way, this first day of Brahmaji, when Brahmaji appeared from the navel of Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu, is Padma Kalpa. And when these 30 days, which we just saw that how long the duration is, will get over, again Shweta Kalpa will come. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, again Monday comes. Same way, when 30 kalpas, 30 days of Brahmas are over, again this Padma Kalpa will come. But the point is that this knowledge which Lord Krishna is talking here, I gave to Brahma, he gave at the time of creation. Not in every Padma Kalpa he will give. Only in the beginning of creation. In the translation, Krishna says, "O Uddhava, in the lotus millennium, in the days of your, at the beginning of creation, I spoke unto Brahma, who is situated on the lotus that grows out of my navel, about my transcendental glories." So, only at the time of creation, when Lord Brahma's, we can say the birthday, when he appeared, when he was created from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, that time only Lord revealed the knowledge about his transcendental glories to Lord Brahma. Again, this Shweta Kalpa will come when the 30 days are over. But that time, it's not said. Only in the beginning of the creation it is said. So that is a very important point to note here, that in the beginning of creation only it was said. And what is this knowledge Lord is talking about? What is this knowledge? This is the knowledge which is referred as Srimad Bhagavatam. In second canto, chapter 9, we have seen Lord saying Chatushloki Bhagavatam to Lord Brahma, which are the 4 seed verses given by Lord himself to Brahmaji in the beginning of creation. In the beginning of creation. And Brahmaji gave it to Narada, and Narada to Vyasa, and how this is coming to us in a disciplic succession. So these 4 seed-giving verses, which are mentioned in Canto 2, chapter 9, verse 33, 34, 35, and 36, in which Lord, after he gave his darshan to Lord Brahma and showed Vaikuntha, he told this Chatushloki Bhagavatam to Brahmaji and told him that the words, the two words that you heard when you were meditating, tapa, tapa, that was spoken by me only. Someone might think, okay, who spoke that? Maybe some light spoke that or someone spoke that, but Krishna is telling himself that I spoke those words to you. And Krishna is present before Lord Brahma in his form, because many people in the purport of this verse we read, thus impersonal explanation of those 4 verses in the second canto is nullified herewith. And before that, the Lord said that the concise form of Srimad Bhagavatam, as explained to Brahma, was meant to elucidate his personality. Sridhar Swami also explained in this connection that same concise form of Bhagavatam concerned the pastimes of Lord and was never meant for impersonal indulgence. So many the commentators, like especially who are not who think that Krishna is impersonal, has no form, they take out impersonal conclusions from those 4 verses, seed verses, Chaturshloki Bhagavatam. But here we clearly see in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions that Srimad Bhagavatam is not about impersonal conception. And Sridhar Swami's verdict is also mentioned here, who is the first commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam. And he also told that these also explained that in this connection, there's some same concise form of Srimad Bhagavatam concerned the pastime of Lord Krishna as was never meant for impersonal indulgence. How come someone who is impersonal perform pastimes? Srimad Bhagavatam is full of pastimes of Lord and his devotees. How come someone who is impersonal can have pastimes? In Chaturshloki Bhagavatam, first 33rd verse, Lord says to Brahmaji that I existed before the creation when no one was there. Nobody was there. And when everything will be annihilated, I will still continue to exist. And in the purport of that verse, 33rd verse, Srila Prabhupada greatly in detail focused on this personal form of the Lord. That how the people, the mental speculator, they if saying that Lord is impersonal, they are actually offending. They're doing offense to the Lord by saying that Lord has no form. There are various examples in Srimad Bhagavatam where Lord has shown his forms to his devotees. Here, in this particular pastime also we see Brahmaji saw the Lord. When he did tapasya, after hearing the words from Lord, he did tapasya and Lord showed him his form. And Brahmaji in Brahma Samhita writes about how the Lord looks. Venum konamtam arvinda dalaya taksham barhavatam sam asitambuda sundarangam kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham govindam adi purusham tamham bhajami. How is the Lord? Venu, Lord has a flute. So if someone is impersonal, how the form can be described? There is no form for the impersonal. But Brahmaji himself saw the Lord. And in Brahma Samhita, he writes that how the Lord has his flute, Venu, and how he has a peacock feather, how he is wearing yellow garments, how his complexion is like the complexion of the monsoon clouds. Very beautifully, Brahmaji has given the description of not only the form of the Lord, but the description of spiritual abode also, Vaikuntha also, how there are kalpavrikshas, the desired trees, and the walls are made of gemstones. So these descriptions are given by Lord Brahma just not on the basis of imagination. Lord Brahma was shown everything by the Lord himself. So like this, there are various other examples when Lord personally showed his form to devotees out of their his mercy because of their unflinching devotion. Here we see Uddhava is seeing the Lord. In first canto, we see Narada he saw the Lord. In Bhagavatam Canto 6 also we see Chitraketu Maharaj saw the form of the Lord. So there are various instances where the Lord personally showed his form to the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita also, Arjuna wanted to see the universal form of Krishna, and Krishna showed him. Krishna showed him that form. So these 4 verses which we see here, the translation is referred as the great sages described them at Srimad Bhagavatam are the 4 seed giving verses given in Canto 2, chapter 9, verse number 33, 34, 35, 36. And these are the 4 seed giving verses which are given to Brahma by Lord himself. And why this knowledge is the perfect knowledge? Because this knowledge is coming from the perfect source, who is the absolute truth, Lord Krishna. Any knowledge which is coming from Lord himself is the only perfect knowledge. Because in this world, if any living entity gives some knowledge, uh, it is with some defects, because we have defects. We commit mistakes, we have where we get illusion, we have cheating propensity. So we have some defects, because so the knowledge coming from us is also subject to defects. We have limited senses. So the knowledge which comes from the absolute truth, the supreme Lord, Lord Krishna, is the perfect knowledge because it is coming from the perfect source. Lord has no limitations. Like we say, we have limited senses. Yeah, I have limited senses, and like I can see up to certain extent, and with sometimes we have to wear glasses. I can hear up to certain extent. So we have limited senses, and other defects also, cheating propensity, being illusion. So we have these defects, but the Lord is not subject to any defect. He's perfect, and he's fully knowledgeable. So whatever knowledge is coming from him is the perfect knowledge. And when that knowledge is coming to us in disciplic succession, we are also receiving the same knowledge which Lord gave to Lord Brahma, because we're getting it in a chain of disciplic succession. That is a very important point to be noted, how Srila Prabhupada read that we should get the knowledge in parampara. When the knowledge is passed in disciplic succession as it is, then we are receiving the same knowledge which Lord gave to Brahmaji in the beginning of creation. So we are very fortunate that we are in the Sampradaya where we are getting this knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam in a disciplic succession, without any alteration, without any change. Because sometimes when it is not in a disciplic succession, the contents are changed according to their own thinking, what they think. But here, nothing about our thinking. We're getting it directly from the devotees of the Lord in this parampara, and we are receiving this knowledge as it is. That's why we have Bhagavad Gita as it is. Sometimes people have that this point that why do you write Bhagavad Gita as it is, not Bhagavad Gita only? But Prabhupada gave this name because Prabhupada said, I am representing it as it is, without any alteration, without any change. What Krishna gave to Arjuna, same. Because Prabhupada in one of his lectures write that many commentators gave the commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, but they couldn't touch what Krishna actually spoke to Arjuna. And that can be understood only by a devotee, only by devotion. If someone is very intellectually smart and they say, I know all Sanskrit and I can translate Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna spoke to Arjuna, because I am a Sanskrit scholar, I can do it. It's not possible. Only with bhakti, it is revealed into the heart of a devotee. So we are getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam in the chain of disciplic succession from the devotees. So we are getting it perfectly and as it is. So I'm very thankful that I'm here in this International Society of Krishna Consciousness, which is given to us by Srila Prabhupada. And every day I feel myself very fortunate because I am part of this or institute, Bhakti Institute. Have learned who I am, what is my relationship with Krishna, and what is the goal of my life. With that, I want to end for today. And thank you all for your kind listening. And if there are any corrections, please you can comment now. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
It's a very good class you gave. I just need to know something. You said first day of Brahma is Swetakalpa. Is that right?
Yeah, it's called Shvetakalpa also. It's called Padmakalpa also.
Oh,
Both.
they're both Padmakalpa.
Both, yeah.
Oh, I was puzzling.
It's called
Okay.
Padmakalpa also. Yeah.
And you said it will repeat.
Yeah.
Padmakalpa. First one is Swetakalpa, Padmakalpa. And then
Yeah.
after how many days you said?
So there are 30 kalpas.
After
30 days.
kalpas.
Again, same. Shvetakalpa will come.
Oh,
Padmakalpa.
okay.
So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the week is over, again the Monday comes.
Oh, okay. Got
So
it.
like that it will keep. But the first day is the day when Brahma appeared. That time Krishna gave this knowledge to Brahmaji. Not every Shvetakalpa he will give.
So that one he says that
First,
I remember those.
yeah, that he remembers. He's telling now.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
But it's very, very much a lot of information in this.
Yeah.
It's very nicely said. Thank you very much.
I tried, Mataji. I don't know. I was thinking that I might not.
You did very good. You did very good. I liked it.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the nice class. I had a question actually yesterday also when I was reading and hearing, I had this question. You know how Uddhava is the eternal associate of the Lord, and then in the 11th text and the 12th text to some extent, it is saying that this is partial expansion of Uddhava, right? This Vasu. So, and that also happened many yugas ago, right? Prabhupada, right? So this Uddhava who is talking now, who is part of this Lord's Leela, is this that partial expansion of the Vasu, or is this the...
Actually, if you see, Prabhu, I'm going to that verse here. In the verse number like 11.
Yes.
In the purport, Prabhupada writes, Uddhava is one of the eternal associate of the Lord, and a plenary portion of Uddhava was one of the 8 Vasu. Uddhava is not the plenary portion, but one of the Vasu was plenary portion of Uddhava.
Yes. So then why is Krishna telling Uddhava this now? You follow my question? That and Uddhava is now coming close to Krishna, right? He is seeking support. It's not that Vasu is seeking.
Yeah. It's Uddhava who is there, yeah.
Yeah. So if the plenary portion of Uddhava, the Vasu, many lifetimes ago, had the desire to seek Lord Krishna's association, then why is Krishna saying that to Uddhava, that, after this you're going back?
Okay, so you mean like why Krishna is telling Uddhava that you desired at that time? If I'm getting right, I don't know.
Yeah, so the Uddhava who is right here, right now, who is part of this Lord's Leela, is the eternal associate
Yes.
of the Lord, right?
Mhm.
So, but Krishna is saying you desire, I mean, or his partial expansion, the Vasu had desired many millions of years ago to seek association of
Lord.
the Lord, right?
Yes.
Uh, so why is he telling that eternal associate of the Lord that after this you are not coming back?
Why he's telling that?
You follow my question?
Yeah. Uh, anyone?
Sorry, I was, just my own personal this thing. I was little struggling yesterday, so I'm just trying to understand if this
Mhm.
was, if who said was one of his partial expansions, and that was a Vasu, then you know, why is then Krishna talking to the eternal associate, the original, the Uddhava, and
Why
telling,
this?
uh,
Uh,
and
right now, I don't, nothing is coming to my mind, the reason as such, like what you're saying, but the reason is not coming. But definitely, I can look into it, yeah, but why he's saying that. But maybe he wanted, maybe I don't know, but that right now what is coming to my mind is like, maybe Krishna is just stressing the point here that because of your desire, you are getting this association of mind, which is very rare to get. This is just right now, this is the point which is coming to my mind now. Because so with that, we are also getting this message that the desire is very important.
yes.
So we are getting message through Uddhava that desire is very important. So in Bhagavad Gita also we see that that Krishna gave so many instructions to Arjun. So Arjun is also a pure devotee. Is he ignorant? He doesn't know anything. But Krishna is still telling him everything. Because Krishna is telling, and through Arjun, we are getting the message of Bhagavad Gita through Arjun. So I feel the same way here, if I'm right, that through Uddhav, we are getting this message. Because of your desire, you are able to get this personal association of mind, which is very rare to get. So that is the only point that is coming to my mind right now. It can be something else. If anyone else has some other point, please share. But this is the point which is coming to my mind now.
Isn't that he says, that because of that desire, you are associate with me, and then now from afterwards, you will go to straight Vaikuntha. That's it. That's what he was telling, the three previous and this one, most probably.
So I feel we are getting this message through Krishna and by Uddhava that what we desire is very important. Like Dhruva Maharaj desired for a big kingdom. And even though later he didn't want it, but because he desired, Krishna said, you have to take it. But later he was lamenting, I don't want it. What I was desiring for was just nothing. Why I desired it? But desire was there, so he got it. So here also, Krishna is stressing this point that because you desired it, because of that reason, you are getting my personal association. You're able to see me face to face, so close. So there can be some other reason also, Prabhu, but yeah,
Thank you, Martin. Yeah.
As of now, this is only coming to my mind. Yeah.
Yes, just like through Arjuna, Krishna gave the message to all of us. Through Dava is giving them. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I was yesterday, and when I was preparing, and then later on, the more I was thinking about it, the more this question was. So that's why I asked for clarification. Thank you.
Actually, these are just small purports, but when we keep meditating on them, so many points come to mind. Oh, why
Yeah.
this, how this is, so many things come to mind. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Hare Krishna.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you for the nice class, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, any other devotee would like to share or comment? Anything? Yeah, if there is no one else, then I think.
I have one doubt.
Yes, Mataji.
So, Uddhava, okay, Uddhava, the was,
Can you say again, Mataji? I didn't get you.
no, I'm just thinking. So, Uddhava was one of the 8 Vasus.
His plenary portion, his portion was one of the 8 Vasus.
Okay, so that was the planet portion. Okay, so okay, now I understood planet portion, not Uddhava was not the Vasu, but the Vasu was the
Some
plenary.
portion. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the reason Uddhava and Bhishma, they appeared together at the same time, and they
Yeah,
took part in the
the
conference.
8 Vasus, yeah.
Yeah, and this Uddhava was a demigod. So he was the demigod before. So that's why I think Krishna told him that you will come to my abode. That's the reason I think.
As we are reading again and again that in the yesterday's verse also, that he's the eternal associate of Krishna. He's with Krishna. He's a eternal associate of Krishna. He's with Krishna all the time, and this is a leela going on. And the portion of Uddhava which we are talking, the Vasu, that is the demigod.
Demigod. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I understood. Okay. Thank you very much. Very nice. Very clear. Very nice class.
Hare
Haribol.
Krishna. Yeah. So if there is nothing, we'll end for today. Are there any announcements, Dronacharya Prabhu? Okay. So I think there's nothing.
Sorry, Mataji. No announcements for today.
Okay.
But just the last couple of days of Kartik. If anybody wants to come to the temple for Damodarastakam, we have RT at 6:30, and then followed by Damodarastakam, and then Prasadam after that.
Hare Krishna.
Today is the last day of doing the Damodarastakam, or we
No,
have to do.
No, today's not the last day.
Friday.
Friday.
Friday is the last. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you all the devotees for joining today's class. Vancha kalpatarubhishta kripa sindhube evacha patitanam pavane
Vaishnavebhyo namo.
Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki
Jai.